Could you please enlighten a bit about Toastmasters to our audience?
Hello, I'm Stacy. Thanks for visiting Toastmasters International, where more than 4 million people have become more confident speakers and leaders. They did so by visiting a Toastmasters club in their company or community. When you visit a club, you'll find 3 things. Members give speeches, they take on meeting roles, and they have a great time learning.
Toastmaster is a place where I can practice my English from not so good to good.
Ready to visit a club? It's free, and you can find one near you on the Toastmasters website at www.toastmasters.org. Every meeting is started by the club president, who introduces the Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster of the day is the host of the meeting. Fulfilling this role is great practice for leading meetings. The Toastmaster begins by introducing people who will fill other meeting roles for the day. He or she acts like an MC and keeps the
How public speaking is used to improve your leadership.
purpose of the meeting roles is to help the members improve their speaking and leadership skills by providing feedback and evaluation. There are 7 different meeting roles: Toastmaster of the Day, Awe Counter, Grammarian, Timer, Evaluator, Table Topics Master, and General Evaluator.
Hello, everyone. This is Akulina. You are watching Coffee with Lina podcast. My guest today is Ben. He is the president of Hanoi Speakers Toastmasters. This is the oldest Toastmasters club in Hanoi. They have been conducting their meeting for 14 years. It's too long. It's a long journey. Let's listen the story from Ben, how Toastmasters journey has changed his life. Good evening.
Good evening, Miss Lena. Thanks for having me.
Yes, what are you doing these days?
Yeah, we're quite busy, and it's renewal season, and we're in our executive committee. We're quite busy asking people to renew their journey with our club for the next 6 months. So,
Yes, a transition period. It's tough for everyone.
yeah.
Yes. So, Toastmasters International, could you please enlighten a bit about Toastmasters to our audience?
So Toastmaster is a non-government organizations and non-profit organizations that has been established since 1924. So we are celebrating 101 year ceremony of Toastmasters. They've been all over the country, more than 193 countries, and having more than 300,000 members. Here in Vietnam, we are having more than 1,000 members here in Vietnam. And particularly our club here, we have more than about 20 members, all with the aim as improving English. We are Hanoi Speaker Toastmasters, a club that's focusing on delivering meetings, conducting meetings via English. Yeah,
Yes.
that is.
So, what is the main purpose of Toastmasters? How does it help individual?
Right. Yes, great questions. So it can be answered in 2 parts. First, it's the theoretical, the paper, let's say, the paper theory of Toastmaster is to improve public speaking and leadership skill. However, in my perspective and my observations of my fellow Toastmaster, the main purpose of Toastmasters varies between people. For some, people have come to me and say, Toastmaster provide me the warming and the friendly community I need, and I want to feel belonging. For some, as we are an English club, for some come to us and say, Toastmaster is a place where I can practice my English from not so good to good. And for some, they come to Toastmaster and view Toastmaster as a place where they develop their skills into much more advanced. Like they have a very good English skill, but they want to use it to attain something better, like how to give a motivational speech, how to give an astounding and presentations about a topic that they are particularly interested in. So yeah, that is the main purpose of
Yes.
Toastmaster.
So I think different people, different person has their different goal for
Exactly.
joining Toastmasters, but it is a welcoming and vibrant community.
Yes.
Because I am the member of Toastmasters for since 2020, 2020 October, and it's very significant day for me too. And I have been now a president of a club.
Wow.
Yes, same. We
Congratulations.
are on the same journey.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm the president of Bright Advanced Hill Toastmasters Club. And my next question is to you. Why did you join Toastmasters and how has it helped you?
Right. Good questions. So I've always been a guy who likes to talk. My first public speaking appearance was when I was 5 years old. It was the end of year ceremony for kindergarten, and I spoke in front of my school. The audience was about 3,000 students and teachers, and then I found my love of public speaking since then. But it died down since you're a kid and you discover more things in life, and it distracts you for a little bit. It was not until 9 months ago about that where I moved from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi for my university degree, and I found myself quite boring and was not moving up, like improving myself as I want to be. And then that's when I discovered Toastmasters, specifically Hanoi Speaker Toastmasters, because I want to improve my English speaking skill as well. So yeah, I joined as a guest. Then I fell in love with it and became a member right after the first meeting of being a guest. After that, we have a transition of executive committee. I ran for president and won. And so that's my journey so far. And people say it was very inspiring how I came to here, and very glad to know that. And for how it has helped me, I feel myself as a particularly lucky guy because I get to know Toastmaster in more in depth and more dynamic than other people. I've been a guest, I've been a member, I've also been a president, been doing this. Okay. And so I know a lot of aspect and perspective and mindset people have when they are in different positions of a Toastmasters. And so far, my experience has been great. And that my own opinion and my view is that Toastmaster is the place where I learned the most about leadership. And the thing is, I believe public speaking is a crucial tool. It has not come to my attention that I have know anyone who is a great leader who doesn't know how to talk well. So every leader has one of these two attributes. They either write really, really well, or they speak really, really well. Yes. So it needs one or two of those to become a significant leader. You don't have to be extremely good at oral, but you need to be good at writing. One or two. And so I believe Toastmasters see that as a vision, and they develop public speaking as an aid for leadership skill as you move on to more advanced project in what we call pathway, in which I hope we can talk about that as well. You will understand more about how public speaking is used to improve your leadership skill, and that is one of the things that I've learned the most, and one of the most profound lessons that I've learned specifically for this club is to develop a shared vision amongst everyone in the club. And so my hardest job is not to tell everybody what to do, my hardest job is to inspire people and to let them know what is the vision is for the club for this year specifically, and for everyone to be united under that one vision only.
One
And that
goal.
is my mission, and I believe it's one of the best lesson that I've learned so far in Toastmasters.
Yes, for me, it's a great learning too, because
Yes.
I am a lifelong learner. Maybe better, I like learning. I like exploring things. I like making friends. So first time I visited Hanoi Speaker Toastmasters, I saw the same, the welcoming and vibrant community.
Yeah.
And I fell in love with the people too at that time. And at the beginning, I was speaker,
Yeah.
but later I became the leader.
Yes.
Because when great speakers are great leaders too. And it's a journey, step by step, you can learn many things on the way. And it's a, how can I express? It's lot of things you can learn. Better to say, when you are in which thing you are good at, you can become better or great.
Exactly.
And which thing you are not good at, you become better. So this is the thing, and you learn many things. You can make friends.
Yeah.
You can learn public speaking. You can be a more confident person.
Yes.
That's also important. And you are the president of Hanoi Speakers Toastmasters. Your club conducts 2 meetings every month.
That's right.
What really happens in the meeting?
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you for your questions. So, in the meetings, it takes different clubs have different culture, and the way they do meetings are slightly different. But usually, you can find every meeting of every club has these two main parts. So, first is the prepared speech part, where members, and this is for member only, will prepare a speech in advance, and then they will deliver a long speech from 5 to 7 minutes. It could be just your body language, or you could use an additional material, for example, presentations. And for the purpose of that is to help you plan a coherent long story, not really long, 5 to 7 minutes. It will doesn't feel long at all, to be honest. But the aim is to help you prepare you for your life. For example, you're having a presentations that you have to do in front of your boss, or you are a researcher and you've discovered something, and your task with the job to present what you find at a conference, for example, or you're just a student who are struggling with, overcoming the fear of having multiple eyeball looking at you. So that purpose, if that is helping you with the prepared speech, that is where the prepared speech is born. However, you will not improve if there isn't a one to listen to your speech and point out the things you did well and things you need to improve. And there comes the second subpart, let's say, of the first session, which is called evaluation. So there will be one dedicated person who will listen to your speech very carefully, and they're gonna jot down things that you did really well, things that you could have done better, and the challenges that they challenge you to improve on your next speech. And this part, I love this part because it helps you to listen very, very well. Not only you have to listen to the structure of the presentation, but as well as the meaning, how it clinks together, how it connects together to make a coherent story. And also, they are saying we have 2 ears, only one mouth. And that trains the listening skill, I think, is extremely crucial as well for people to train that part. And also that's the purpose of that evaluations, to help others, but also to help yourself with listening skill. The second part is what I like to call think on your feet. It's also quite of impromptu speech, think on your feet. And it's also quite fun part. So how it works is there will be a table topic masters that will come up, and in his or her hand will be a list of questions, but you won't know that. The audience won't know the content of the questions. Your job is to volunteer. Hey, you get picked up and you choose a random questions. The questions will be related to that theme. So, for example, today we have a theme of happiness. A question could be, tell me about your happiest moment, something like that. But you don't know that in advance. So the point of the main purpose of that part is to help members, not only members, but guests also can join to quickly think of something that is coherent as well. And it has to make sense and also to inspire others to do something uh, throughout the story. So, for example, you have what's the most happiest event you ever say? My answer could be something like the happiest moment was when I found out Toastmasters and how it changed me, for example, like that. And you are tasked with telling the story, but also letting the audience know what is the lesson learned so that they can take it from my lesson, from my story, and apply it to them. So that's one of the challenge. And you only have about 1 to 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds to answer your question.
You have to think faster.
Exactly.
And the right thing.
Yes, and you have to think fast, but also talk about the right thing.
Right thing.
Again, what is the point if there's no one to listen to you? So there's another very important person will be listening to your impromptu speech and giving an evaluation.
Feedback.
That person is called table topic evaluator. And so there you go. You can join Toastmaster from all around the club, different way of conducting, but those two main things are what to be expected, and it's the standard of every Toastmaster official club meeting.
Yes, this is the most productive one.
Yeah.
And from the prepared speech, we all have the fear of public speaking. Maybe somebody has less, somebody has more.
Yeah.
We have the anxiety of speaking in front of the public. That is the main problem of all of us, maybe more or less.
Yeah.
In office, we go for the presentation. In university, you go for the presentation. So for presenting something, you need the confidence and at the same time communication skill also, but with clarity, the how you can articulate your thoughts in a right way. That's really important to give your message to the audience, maybe to the professor, maybe to the teachers. So it's really important. This segment of the Toastmasters club, the prepared speech and the impromptu speaking and the evaluation, these three parts are really important for your growth as a speaker, as a leader, as a student, as a professor, anything. So many Toastmasters club are born for this reason. One very important question, that is you mentioned about evaluator. So in the club we get the evaluation from the club members. At the same time we get the evaluation from our mentor. So
Yes.
Can you elaborate a bit what is the job of a mentor?
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. Great question at all. First of all, as I mentioned before, each club will have different culture and maybe the mentorship program differs. But for here at our Hanoi Speaker Toastmaster Club, every single new member will get paired to one mentor. So, but one mentor can get paired with multiple members. So how it works is you will get introduced together, and your job is as a mentor is to answer any questions. I'm sure, because I've been a mentor to quite some people, you will ask a lot of questions from how does it work? How do I do this? How do I do that? How I exit pathway, do that. So your job is to guide them at first on how to, let's say, understand how the club works. So that is the first phase. The second phase is much more towards the journey. So now they know how a meeting works. They know how to conduct a project via pathway. And now your job is to help them achieve their goal in their pathway. And so your job varies a lot. So, but usually it's about listening to your speech. So if you have a mentor, you can actually have two evaluators. First is the meeting evaluator. And the second one is your mentor. Usually how it works is your mentor can listen to your speech prior to the meeting, but it can happen after the meeting too. So it varies between clubs. Here we usually before the meeting. So for particular example, there's one particular member who asked me to help evaluate her speech before the meeting, and so my job is to listen to her speech and then point out exactly like what she wants, and I have time to rehearse the message over and over, the body language. So my job is as a like a personal coach for her. And when she gives out the conducting her speech, she will be evaluated by another member. So you can have two different perspectives, where once you can rehearse and you do a lot, and the other one is where you do once. So this is like you prepare, and this is where you perform. So you can have evaluation from two different perspectives. Yes, and that's
Really
how the
important.
that's how the mentorship program works in our club. Yeah, that's it.
In this context, I want to mention something. When first time I joined Hanoi Speaker Toastmasters, I delivered 5 speeches in 5 consecutive meetings.
Wow.
And I was really so much into it. And then later on, after 2 years, I started to control myself. Maybe still I was so much into that of delivering speech. But when I got my mentor, she transformed me a lot. A lot means, how can I say? She taught me how to hold my horse rather than running. And she has made me calm and composed and poised.
Right.
And one more thing, the great learning from Toastmasters for me, that I love speaking, but at the same time, I learned to listen. It improved my listening skill. When you are listening to someone, at the same time, you are learning too.
Exactly.
So if you are a learner, then be a listener. So all my friends, thank you to Ben for sharing so much information with the audience. And please be the part of our journey and become confident communicator and leader in the community. I would like to conclude my communication conversation with Ben